Hello, this is Paler Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Forspoken. So I'm going to off-camera be working my way back to Chapter 12 because I was clearly underleveled, and basically I lost access to my saves from before that final boss because, like a genius, I was saving everything in one spot. So... but I just, while I was working back through, I noticed there's something at the top of this tower that we never got, so we're just gonna go up there. I wish I had the stamina.
What brings you here? So the old man is finally dead. What do I care?
Why did you hate him so much?
The people suffered, and still he thought of nothing but his precious research. He abandoned us all.
Yeah, to try and find a way to help you. And he found one. How is that wrong?
What good are such temporary measures when people continue to die? They are meaningless. Can you not see that?
But he was far from the only guilty party. Our own Tanta was as bad. Worse, in fact. As the corruption spread, what did she do? She simply vanished. That's right. We were abandoned. Junoon was left to rot by the very woman charged with protecting it.
Oh, you dare look upon me that way. I spit on your pity. Go and get out of my sight. I can't stand to look at you.
Alright. Well, that was a fun event.
Happiest of fellows, eh?
Must be tough, feeling like your Tonto abandoned you.
Well, that's interesting.
Not gonna check on your little friend?
Not in the mood.
Hope Mom and Dad make it here on time.
There was something that I missed after this part, so...
Huh?
So you get this experience, right? The embrace to vambrace the thing. And then there's another little event right here. Time to face reality. A little bit of dialogue that happened this time that didn't happen last time.
By the way, you said I was swallowed by the break, right? I can't help worrying about everybody back in Sepal.
Yes, their welfare is something of a concern. And the best way to help them is to stop Olas before the break engulfs the city entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Come on.
Yes, we should go straight to Olas, obviously. So I just completed a labyrinth that I hadn't before. The West Labyrinth. I had a boss that I had already seen before, so I didn't bother keeping that recording. Crisis averted, we discovered that some of the first Tanta's inscriptions contained instructions on how to dismantle the weapons. Obviously, we had to find them all and purge every last trace of them. It would be foolish to allow Nathian access to such knowledge. This threat now removed, our victory seems all but certain. Right, so the weapon that the Red Egg were digging up was obviously Cuff, whose name Sassafras, whatever. Anyway, Sassafras. Yeah. So, and it was disassembled the first time by the first Tanta, and now was reassembled by the Red Egg after they pillaged the labyrinths. And then the four Tantas had to take him down. I didn't go through here yet, though. It was a proto-Bandersnatch. Oh, and
What a weird place.
and Cuff was like, or Frey was like, oh, these must have been instructions. It's too bad they're destroyed. And Cuff was like, yeah, that's just a shame. Like, he wasn't quite sarcastic, but he was on the edge of it. To the point where it was like, wow, how would I not? It's so suspicious, but I never even really noticed. Willem, an ancient garment that was hidden away in the deepest depths of a dungeon, improves the critical hit rate of support magic and boosts support magic recharge speed when health is full. I just now noticed that there are multiple cats.
Into the break, you mean? Okay, let me know if it gets worse.
Of course, just don't rely entirely on me.
Oh, I won't. I will not rely entirely on you. Manipulate gravity in order to soften any fall. Press X in midair. Okay, it eats through stamina, but I mean... Curiosity shop. Okay. I am curious about the like, what's a shop doing out in the middle of nowhere? Like, nobody can live out here. How, what?
Isn't it about time you took a rest?
All good here? Why? You worried about me?
Just checking.
No, he's not worried about you. He's worried about your capability to get him to Olus. Okay, what's here? Rush. Flow even faster with a well-timed button press. Press circle at the right moment, at just the right moment. Okay. At just the right moment. Gotcha. Cool. Prav's power. Tantaprav commands gravity itself, and with it all that falls under its influence. She need not even deign to approach her foes, capable as she is of engaging them from afar, and keeping them there for as long as she pleases. Not without good reason is it said that those who step within her sphere of influence have little choice but to surrender themselves to fate. Well, I mean, she doesn't seem to be able to control the gravity around.
Looks like they were
people.
researching Prav's powers.
Well, that might certainly be of use.
I'm sure you would find it to be of use, yeah.
You're no Homer, but you're pretty damn cute.
These creatures are rather easily swayed, aren't they?
One of, Gregoire's talent for information gathering led him to serve as Prav's chief source of intelligence in the goings-on around Athia. It seemed there was no secret he couldn't sniff out, be it gossip from around town or top-secret military maneuverings. He even tried to dig up dirt on the Tantas themselves, but they proved too guarded even for him, a fact he regrets to this day.
So this is what Prav looked like way back when.
Seems so. What do you make of the old her?
Not much, just... they look like more peaceful times. So you really don't remember anything about being in New York?
Not a sausage, I'm afraid. It's all just a haze.
Well, gee, Sleeping Beauty. Guess we'll never know what adventures you had in that junk shop. A picture. Nice.
Didn't have you down as an art lover.
Yeah. Oh, it likes me.
Very good. Very good.
Zestian, one of Tanta Ola's familiars. Zestian was in charge of Visoria's largest library, though he was never particularly interested in the job. He often passed his time by climbing up the many precariously leaning stacks of books, and no matter how often he got stuck somewhere too high to climb down from, he never seemed to learn his lesson.
Do my eyeballs deceive me? A living human, all the way out here. Welcome to my showroom of the singular and strange.
Did that zombie just talk?
A refreshing change, considering his less friendly counterparts.
Hey, Mr. Break Zombie.
Ahem! Don't be fooled by my alarming appearance. I am fully human where it counts. It's not very nice to label others, you know.
Oh, sorry, sir.
No harm done. I'm just glad you're here. It's not often I get visitors of the living, breathing kind. Aha! Why not help yourself to a gift? You'll find my curios delightfully stimulating.
Really? You're just gonna give one to me?
Well, if you have any trinkets to offer in exchange.
I've only got this coin.
Ooh, is that old Athian currency? Yes, this will do. Now, what would you like? Which of my treasures most intrigues you?
Possessing this will allow you to gather mana over a wider area. Allow you to earn temporary effects that simply by sleeping that will help you in combat. Possessing this will allow you to convert natural resources into other forms when crafting. Forge option, which will allow you to gather items when camping. Craft new cloaks and necklaces. Gathering mana is not that hard, so this is kind of a pass. I don't know how much this helps me, but like I can beat everything up to the final boss pretty easily, and the thing is that there's nowhere to sleep before the final boss. So temporary effects, it's not going to be super helpful, I don't think. I almost never camp, so this is basically useless. The cloaks and necklaces made by this would have to be like god tier items for me to switch out at this point. So I think being able to change my natural resources into other forms sounds like the most useful.
A mutually advantageous trade.
This magical vessel is capable of altering the fundamental qualities of natural resources. It bears traces of both Atanta's magic and the cognition-developed technology, but its original purpose is not entirely clear. Regardless, Frey will find it very handy when crafting with plants and materials.
There.
Thinking of making something?
Janine's mantle can now be... I can now just craft literally anything? Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway. Crafting. Increase material pouch. So I can craft bomb flax with Janine's mantle. Why would I? Or I can create Janine's mantle with tall aster. 99 health. The current effect will... Oh, you can Okay, I didn't realize that. I can just swap out effects whenever I want.
Oh, it likes me.
Very good, very good.
Mia, one of Tanta Silo's familiars. She can usually be found lounging around Prena, seemingly oh yeah. During wartime, Mia was in charge of delivering Silo's orders to her troops. Her adorable appearance made her a very popular sight on the front lines, and even the most battle-hardened soldiers couldn't resist petting her when she passed by.
Craving a slightly stiffer challenge?
Oh, we'll get
Maybe
there.
a little.
We will get there.
Does that feel good?
So we have this one to build up damage. And then we have defeat enemies vulnerable to her magic. Oh.
No way. She's the hero who saved the village?
Why are you so surprised?
No offense, but she does not seem like the type.
A rescue party dispatched from Sabal and led by Ruby and Keen happened upon a small village. The inhabitants were informed that the corruption had spread from Praenos Castle and that they would be evacuated. It was no longer safe to remain. While some consented to being escorted to safety, a significant number, led by the mayor, insisted on remaining, seemingly in the belief that Tanta Sila would somehow be able to save them. There's also this one where basically everyone
I'll
stayed.
try to get them to leave.
But their belief in Sila stopped them from escaping.
Yeah, it's like all of their terrible actions were just like
Could break an ankle running
tough
on
taking
this.
over their minds.
That's what
so
makes it so perfect for toughening up.
painting of Praenos by night, which craggy rock formation sort of ascends beneath. Praenos was always a realm of extremes, and even now the soaring daytime temperatures can be relied on to plummet the moment the sun goes down. This made it difficult for all but the hardiest of life forms to survive. The surprising variety of organisms still made their home in the desert, and the region teemed with life in the days before the break.
Wow. Place used to be pretty.
Yes, I suppose it was.
But my purpose is to destroy all life, so, I don't give a crap.
You're no Homer, but you're pretty damn cute.
These creatures are rather easily swayed, aren't they?
Constantia, one of Tanta Sila's familiars. She can usually be found frolicking around Praenos, seemingly. Constantia was a faithful familiar, often entrusted with delivering Sila's most private correspondence. It is said that she came to know Praenos every nook and cranny better than almost any other living soul, not just because her duties required her to travel extensively, but because she was also endlessly inquisitive by nature. Let's see what it is. I think we only have a couple left. Burrow sends out items seeking roots. The more loot you find, the more quickly your support magic will recharge. So this is Auden's mother's hometown that we're currently in.
So, this is where Auden's mom was from.
Sila's most trusted general.
Oh, it likes me.
Very good, very good.
Advik, one of Tanta Cinta's familiars. He can usually be found. Advik was a gifted and dedicated musician and would practice for hours in preparation for his regular performances at Janoon Castle. No one could fail to be impressed upon witnessing the dexterity with which he plucked the strings of his harp, all while perched on a specially built pedestal that allowed him to reach the strings. Ooh, wow. That's something.
You do realize that your death would be quite a big setback for me, don't you?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I'm
know.
well aware of
That's
that,
really all
thanks.
you care about.
Good. Then I won't have to say it again. Consumables?
I'll try not to consume them all at once.
We got this! One more round? I think I'm feeling lucky.
Well, certainly good to see some enthusiasm.
Okay.
This one seems like something of a handful.
Yeah,
Yep, better start pulling your weight.
certainly a handful.
Huh. Yeah.
Ah, so many memories.
Yeah, none of them good.
Charming.
Wait, what's that? Got him.
Well, that was fun.
Okay, this has instant death written all over it.
Just don't do anything foolish.
Normally, that would make me want to do it more. Normally.
It is my firm belief that Junoon is objectively and undeniably the greatest of the realms of Athia. Its people's innovations in the field of arts and medicine have done more to improve the well-being of the citizenry than almost any other factor, and without the latter in particular, the fight against the Redig may well not have ended as it did. We must take pride in our position as the foremost of Athia's nations, and be conscious of the great responsibility such a position confers. It doesn't actually say, but Frey has a comment afterwards.
Oh, so this is where that asshole grew up?
No, yeah, I'm sure, I think probably originally it was intended to have had more information, but I'm assuming this means that it's where that one council member grew up. We were near Sepal anyway, so we stopped in to get some supplies. Robian has a young daughter. I was sure he'd want to spend some time with her while we were back, but he said we couldn't stay, that there were people out there who still needed our help, and he's right. My mom and dad are still out there waiting for us. Boy's journey.
Sepal was right there. He could have just...
And most would have done. They're not that stubborn old goat.
No. Cuff can't
So
really
this was
comprehend
Sansa's
that.
turf. Aw, good kitty.
Goodness, you're a regular catcher.
Kalpana, one of Tontasanta's familiars. She can usually be found pacing around Junoon. Kalpana was passionately dedicated to her research of medicinal herbs, and the development of many of Junoon's most potent medicines can be attributed to her efforts. She was a famous workaholic, often going days without a break to complete her latest experiment. Her frequent research frenzies were actually quite a nuisance to the pharmacists around her. Not a single square inch of their workstations would be left uncluttered by her work. Flotsam and jetsam. Items often collect at the foot of this waterfall. Having been washed downstream, it's worth stopping by once in a while to see what you can scavenge. Driftwood, sure. Well, I guess that's probably intended to be like a replacement for when you lose access to the Finders Keepers after Cuff's betrayal.
Oh, it likes me.
Very good, very good.
Soglin, one of Tonto Prav's familiars, can usually be found lolling around without a care in Avolet. Soglin frequently served as a judge's assistant in the courtrooms of Avolet, and even filled in for a judge once when they were unavailable for duty. Sadly, the verdicts he handed down were so arbitrary that every one was overturned, and he was never allowed to preside over a courtroom again. Alright then. Right now my clothes are giving me 170 extra health. And pretty decent magic.
This
Okay.
one certainly stands out from the crowd.
Whoopee!
Just do what you do best.
Incoming!
I sometimes wonder what you think I'm here for, you know.
I sometimes wonder how come a little guy like you makes such a good shield.
I think this was supposed to be like the boss of this area.
Gotcha.
Except for the part where,
Do I sense you getting better at this, Frey?
yes you
How
do.
can I not? It's
Oh.
that or get my ass whooped.
Not the most impressive find.
Ah,
Hey, a freebie's a freebie.
I don't know how long these last.
Another Partha.
A common find, apparently.
I assume it's just temporarily
Guess
boost.
it's my lucky day. Come at me now! So if they built a fortress, does that mean there was a war here back in the day?
There is always war, Frey.
Whoa. Cool it, Mini Scylla.
Well, he is basically a mini Thyla because
This one seems like something of a handful.
Yep, better start pulling your weight.
because Scylla was the way she was, because he infected her mind with his own will. And this is the last one in this battle.
Huh! Bullseye! Hell yeah!
Yes!
You were watching that, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like a hawk.
Okay, I accidentally used both, but boost the damage, increase red magic.
Think they built these before the break spread?
Erecting them while the people were suffering would have been rather insensitive.
Not if there was a good reason for doing it. We're here!
That really was miraculously fast.
What? I can't go into Sepal. I thought this place was inaccessible, but I managed to come up behind here. So I'm curious. Defeat the enemy, it says. Maybe it's something that we can't do until after the game is finished. She asks, how am I supposed to fight something that looks like that?
Highly unpredictable, that's what. Be careful.
And he says, well, we can run and hide. Silo's
You know which
magic.
spell to use, correct?
Yes! So shut up!
This is the first boss that I've come across where
I sometimes wonder what you think I'm here for, you know.
I sometimes wonder how come a little guy like you makes such a good shield. Right in the sweet spot!
Get out of the way.
Now that's what I call a pick-me-up.
Glad you're feeling on top of your game.
Got one for ya. Oh yeah.
I mean, this thing is named after a verb in the Jabberwock poem in Through the Looking Glass, I think.
Who are you trying to hit exactly?
That poker right there. Woohoo, that spot.
Might fancy a little taste myself.
All right, right on the money. Still gotta do this, right?
Why am I doing no damage?
Lagging already.
Not doing much. Specialty Alafray. Take that.
I am confused.
Okay.
Oh.
Bullseye.
It's vulnerability. I think its vulnerability changed when its color changed.
Had to work a little there.
Only a little? Whatever you just picked up is very powerful indeed.
Inverted garland.
We'll need that if there are nasties lurking about the place.
Better keep it close.
Okay.
Is that?
Monsterful. Causes cuff counters to occasionally boost attack power along with various other beneficial effects. Well, I'm trying not to rely too much on the counters because the only thing that I have to worry about beating that I haven't been able to beat so far that I know of is cuff. So I won't have access to that when I'm in that boss fight.